All right, everybody. So, just finished the Sonic the Hedgehog movie not too long ago, and I felt like I'm going to do a review. I don't normally do reviews since the King and Ashura anime. Now, I feel like this movie is going to be used to bridge the gap between my childhood and the childhood now. Now, okay, so first of all, let me get the problems that I had with it. One, the owl, I really didn't know where that came from, but I figured it was to push the plot forward to give him a more of a childlike feel, so to speak. But the the shoes apparently came from his daughter, which I think was cute and all, but that's not how it goes. Um, then the shadows, whenever dude was carrying Sonic, you can tell it was some. I'm nitpicking. I'm nitpicking. I'm sorry, but that's pretty much the only problems that I had with it. Now, let's get into some of the things I like. Most people don't know what those two places he was in meant. If you pay attention to the name of this place in the US that he lived in, it was known as Green Hill. Now, the first level is the Green Hill Zone. So they're already setting up for a second movie when Robotnik ends up on the Mushroom Planet, which is directly ripped from Sonic 2. No problem with that. Um, if you know anything about the old Sonic cartoons, I mean, like before the Sonic that they had on Fox, there was a cartoon called Sonic Underground, which portrayed Sonic the exact same way he is in this movie, where he's the hyperactive, go getter kind of person or kind of guy. But he's really bubbly. He's and then they even had callbacks to the old movies, like or the old cartoons with the chili dogs. If you pay attention to what he ate in the bar, he grabs a chili dog out of the air and instantly falls in love with it. But I literally don't have too many problems with the movie. Eggman fell into this role. Well, Jim Carrey fell into the Eggman role perfectly. Like, and you can see it slowly progressing from scientist to madman to an obsession with Sonic. And there's so many ways I can go with this. Like throughout the movie, you start to feel for Sonic because the only person he was able to get close to was the owl. And she was ripped from him at a young age. So he always had to live from the shadows. And he couldn't tell anybody that he was there. So he made stalker type friends. But Crazy Earl was the only person that knew where he was and knew he was there. And everybody called him Crazy Earl. But like Sonic said, you should call him Very Attentive Earl. But I can go on and on. Like the cop, perfect role. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Everybody's nitpicking with his role, saying that it didn't fit him. It fit him. And the girlfriend's role fit too. Her whole family fit. And even though I nitpicked it earlier, seeing the shoes from the TV show, from the game, being put in Sonic's hands and him instantly starting to jog and falling in love with it, perfect. It didn't drag out or anything. Like the pacing of the movie was good. Um, the things that they showed in the trailer wasn't the main points of the movie, which a lot of movies get that wrong. Like, I could nitpick so many different movies with that, but I'm getting off topic here. And I'm not going to spoil the post credits. Oh my God, that's how good that post credit scene was for me. everybody had the complaint about nobody else from the game being there. Boy, I can't be mad at the movie because it catered to both generations and blended it. Like, it was supposed to be that way. It was supposed to do that. It was supposed to be for the child demographic, but still have callbacks to us. And it did that. But everybody's going to nitpick like, oh, there was no owl, or oh, he didn't get the shoes from that like I did. Or, oh, if there was ever a Sonic game, there was always someone there. No, it wasn't. It wasn't always a Tails. It wasn't always a Knuckles. It wasn't always, the only person who was there from day one is Robotnik. That's because he was the villain. Then he had to be there. But I love this movie a little bit more than I love Detective Pikachu. And I am a Pokemon weeb. Yes, I said it. But when it comes to this particular movie, I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Because the jokes were for the kids, but the callbacks was for the adults. And the only thing cheesy that keeps it from a 9 is the goddamn plot armor. The plot armor. The power of fucking friendship. Really? Really? That's what we're doing? That's how we're going to fix it? Man. But other than that, perfect movie. Great movie. Keep it up.